You need a resource of value that you can create for your customers. You need to have information and you need to have tools that help your customers get what they want. So I'm going to suggest to you, well, let me back up a little bit. Go back to the premise here. I left it off. Oops. Anybody in California for sure, and anybody in most states probably who owns a house should plan for the eventuality of them either passing or being incapacitated. I would call that estate planning. Anybody who has a house for more than $500,000 for sure, $200,000 or more in California, for sure should have an estate plan and should know about that and should plan for the taxes, the legal control, the medical care, the medical decisions, all those things that happen when you're incapacitated or gone. That being true, we as real estate agents in particular, or investors, wholesalers, know about our customers or can know about our customers and their status regarding their estate plan. How is that? Because if they own a property, we can check title and see how they took title. Or if we're a real estate agent and we sold them the house, we know how they took title. That was part of the process, was the vesting. Or if we're a seller and they sold that, we list the house, we know how they hold title because that's how we listed the property. So we should know that or should be able to find that out. Or worst case, we can always ask people who know, like, and trust us. True or not true? We can find out. We say, well, Bill, that's all interesting. Why is that important? Well, let's walk this through. So step one, you need to get a resource. You need to find resources to help your customers do proper estate planning. Maybe if you work lower income, it's free wills. Maybe it's advice on how to deed the property, husband, wife, or joint tenants, or tenants in common, or ladybird deeds in Texas, or whatever it is in your market area. In California, I would say that even anybody who owns a house, at a minimum, should have a living trust. And they can get very inexpensive living trusts done at a good level, at a minimum online, trustandwill.com, for example. Trustandwill.com. Or you can Google search and find other lower price ones, or you can find other resources in your area that do estate planning for your clients. I recommend you have at least 3 sources: low cost, medium, and high cost. Low cost, the blue collar family that has a house, that's their only asset. A medium level is going to be somebody maybe who's higher income property, maybe there's some rental properties, maybe they own a business. And then the high cost would be, you should know who the top estate planner is in your market who handles high net worth individuals. We're going to talk about how to find those people out. That's the goal, is to have 3. For now, you all now have 1, which is trustandwill.com. At a minimum, you guys can go there and offer your clients. In fact, if we're done with this call, if you did nothing else but go onto their website and check out their videos and learned about their product, at a minimum at that point, you can tell your customers, hey, here's a resource I've done some research on. At a minimum. So you need to end up with 3 resources, I would say. Trustandwill.com would be the lower cost, good quality for the money, but attorneys don't like them. I understand why. Medium would be a attorney level, and the high level would be more sophisticated estate plan. So you need to get those 3. Number 2, you want to be able to send that video, like you can share it with a customer. Number 2, you want to go through your database and identify everybody as yes, no, or blank. And the answer to the question is, do they have an estate plan? Yes, no, or blank. Now, some, you sold them a house, they took title in a trust. Some you know not. You sold the house, and it's titled in the name of Bob and Mary Smith. Those are no's. They took it in the name of the Mary and Bob Smith Trust. Those are yeses. The rest are blank, you don't know. So you go through your whole database. Now, if you have a database, like I use KV Core, which is what we get at XP Realty, or whatever database you need, create a field, yes, no, or blank. It could be your Google contact, create your separate field, estate plan, yes, no, or blank. It could be a spreadsheet, yes, no, or blank. But go through your database. Those that you know are yeses. Those you know are no's or no's. Those you don't know are blank. Pretty simple exercise. You probably only know a couple, if any. Maybe you go through your real estate document service, like I use Zip Forms or SkySlope, and I can check there how customers took vesting, and I can answer some yeses and some no's. But at least you want to create the field, and the ones you know they're yeses, put yes. The ones you know they're no, the rest leave blank. Don't worry about how many you don't know yet. Just put the ones you do know, leave the rest blank. Next, if it's a yes, start with the yeses. Maybe you only have one or two yeses. You call them up. I'd love to have somebody role play with me. I'll just pick a name here. Chester. Hey, Chester, Bill Gross calling. You may remember I sold you the house at 123 Main Street. How are your wife doing? You're going to say, great, great. Hey, I have a question for you. I don't know that you know I'm really involved in probate real estate and helping people avoid probate. I noticed when I sold you the house, you took title as the Chester and Mary Beth Swanson Trust. I assume that means you have the estate plan in place, correct? I'd love to help my other clients be as prepared as you are. Can I ask you who did your plan and were you happy with them? Are you okay with me introducing them to other customers? Now, what are they going to say? There's only a couple possibilities. One is they love their attorney. Oh my God, our attorney is Mary Beth Smith. We love, love, love her. She's the greatest. Great. Is it okay if I call Mary Beth Smith and introduce other families like you to her when it comes up? What are they going to say? Anybody? What are they going to say? They love their estate planning attorney. You get them to say that. You say, I have other clients who need, of course, great, please do. Sure, love it. Let me introduce you. I'll call her right now. Right? Then you call Mary Beth and say, hey, Mary Beth, I was talking to Chester and Mary. You may not know, I sold them that house 8 years ago. And I noticed they took title in your trust. I was talking to them and they said they love you. And I come across families like you all the time that need estate planning. Are you still doing estate plans? How are they going to feel about that phone call? Okay. How are they going to feel the next time they need a realtor who needs a little information about probates or trusts? Who's now in the mix? Who now has put themselves in the possibilities of getting that referral? Do you follow me? So that's if they love you. Now they may say, hey, I'm a snobby attorney. I hate realtors. Never call me again. Okay, it happens. Get over it. That's part of sales. More likely is, oh, I love it. Yes, I do estate plans. I have a free consult, or I do a monthly webinar, or I do a monthly meetup at a local hotel, right? There are attorneys who do those kinds of things. They're going to love you. Now, when you now let's go back to the step of calling your customer. If I call my client, Chester, and say, Chester, I noticed that when I sold you the house, you took title in a trust. Can I ask who you did it? And can I refer my other clients to them? Chester will say, hold on for a second. Don't call my attorney. She's the devil incarnate. She's the worst. We hate her. I wanted to shoot her. We had to pay and redo it at another. I've literally had this. We had to redo it with another attorney. Oh, great. No, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you mind if I introduce the other attorney? Oh, yeah, great. The new attorney is Joe Smith. You have a good referral. But more importantly, what does now Chester think about me as a realtor as it relates to real estate and probate and trusts? If there's a question, who's he going to call? Right? Am I right or am I right here? Right? So that's if they love him. Now, sometimes people will say, well, I don't know. I'm not really comfortable with that. Okay, just be okay with that. We're not here grabbing referrals from our past customers or contacts. We only want to work with people who want to work with us. If they don't want to give the name of the attorney, that's okay. Don't make an issue out of it. If the attorney doesn't want to work with you, that's okay. We want to work with people who want to work with us. There's a saying in real estate, the money is in the follow-up. I don't think that's true. Too many real estate agents chase too many people too long that don't want to work with them. I want to work with people who want to work with me. I have people call me every day about joining my team. I talk to them. Some join, some don't. You know what? If you don't want to call me back, I just assume you're not interested. I'm okay with that. I want to spend my time talking to people who want to work with me. I don't want to chase down people who don't. Does that make sense? I'm not the lion in the jungle chasing down an antelope. It's a great metaphor. That's just not my business. I want people lined up out the door. I want to be like, what kind of business has that? This sneaker stores or whatever, where people lined up out the door to work with me. That's what I want. So again, when you call your customer that you know has an estate plan, you ask them who did it and can you introduce your clients to them? What else does that say about you? If I call you up, let me just pick somebody at random here because you guys are all in silent. Carolyn, I don't know if you can unmute yourself. If I called you up and said, hey, Carolyn, I sold you your house. I noticed you have your property in a trust. I'm curious, were you happy with the company that did it? And would you be interested, would it be okay if I referred other clients to them? What do you think about me as a real estate agent?
You're a rock star. You're finding good people for your people.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
I have other clients, right? Now, to me, a client is anybody I've ever done business with. I have 12,000 clients. It doesn't mean I sold 12,000 people houses, right? We have to have an open heart, help people. I help anybody who calls me. But again, when you call you these people who know, like, and trust you already and say, I have clients who need this service, who's not going to help you?